I'm Tyler Hahn. Straight ahead, I'll tell you how the FDA's recent decision could affect your teenagers.
I'm Branford Marks, and coming up this week, I'll show you why one program at WVU is working to increase the amount of women in the STEM fields.
Do you want to be the first female president? I'm Ashley Sturm, and coming up straight ahead, I'll tell you who's standing in your way. Our award-winning newscast, WVU News, starts now.
Every 3 out of 5 women in the United States uses a contraceptive, and a recent FDA decision could make one form of birth control available to all ages. I'm Haley Clover. Welcome to our Women's Issues Special Edition newscast.
And I'm Ashley Sturm. A new initiative right here at WVU is looking to bring more women into the field of science. You're watching WVU News, an award-winning newscast produced by television journalism students right here at West Virginia University.
Studies show almost 6 million women in the U.S. have admitted to using the morning after pill.
After the FDA's major decision regarding the Plan B pill, we could see that number increase. Tyler Hahn joins us now in the studio with more. Tyler?
Thanks, Haley and Ashley. What was once available through prescription could soon be purchased by anyone over the counter. But the FDA's recent decision to allow emergency contraceptive over the counter is now stirring up some controversy. I recently hit the streets to find out how some local residents feel about the decision. First made available by prescription in 1999, the FDA has now approved the emergency contraceptive Plan B, more commonly known as the morning after pill, for over-the-counter use.
I think that having Plan B available over the counter, will help prevent teenage pregnancy, which is a good thing.
I don't really agree with it because I think that parents need to know what their kids are doing, and pregnancy is, life-changing and important, so.
The FDA's new ruling now allows teenagers under the age of 17 to buy the pill without a prescription, no questions asked. The Plan B pill works best when taken within 72 hours after unprotected sex, but works most effectively when taken up to 24 hours after intercourse. Supporters of the ruling say by continuing to make this pill only available by prescription, it delays the process of taking the pill, which can then lead to more unintended pregnancies. However, officials say Plan B won't completely solve the problem.
It is not a magic bullet, if you will, to prevent unplanned pregnancy. It's just another tool in the box. It is not perfect. If you take it even within 24 hours of unprotected intercourse, there is still a chance that you can get pregnant. That's why the best form of birth control is true birth control.
Opponents to the ruling say this could lead to a rise in sexually transmitted diseases, especially in younger girls. However, doctors say taking the pill will have no greater side effects on younger teenagers. U.S. District Judge Edward Corman says Plan B should be available to everyone over the counter within 30 days. Haley and Ashley, back to you.
Thanks, Tyler. Even though the morning after pill will soon be available to all women, teen pregnancy still remains an issue. Studies show that less than 2% of teen mothers finish college before the age of 30.
But some teen mothers make education a priority. Our own education reporter, Jonathan Nelson, found out one teen mom balanced being a student and a parent.
Are you gonna build with me?
It was her senior year of high school when Tess Jackson received the news that she was pregnant. With a child on the way, she still knew the importance of an education.
Finishing college, the reason why I'm doing it is so that I can put myself in a place where I can support he and I. So without it, there isn't really a whole lot I have to go on.
Many colleges offer career services that speak to students about the importance of a college degree.
That 4 years, I think, is a really great investment because you're looking at their earning potential annually.
According to West Virginia University's Career Center, getting your bachelor's degree means $22,000 more in annual earnings than high school alone.
Raising a family as a young adult can be challenging.
You don't ever need to be in a place where you're relying on somebody else to provide for you and your child.
Kanawha County currently has graduation coaches that help high school girls continue with their education even if they are pregnant. Monongalia County has no word on when, but does plan to join Kanawha County's efforts. Jonathan Nelson, WVU News, Morgantown.
Since 2006, West Virginia has ranked in the top 10 for states with the highest teen pregnancy rates in the country.
Did you know that one tanning session could increase your chances of developing skin cancer by almost 20%? Cases of melanoma in women have increased by about 800% in recent years, and tanning beds have been a major contributor.
When I found out I had melanoma, I had a mole on the side of my stomach, and they numbed it and carved it out, and they sent it away to a lab, and there they found out that it was pre-melanoma.
Melanomas resemble moles. They are normally asymmetrical, and they are usually black or brown with flecks of pink, blue, or white. West Virginia recently passed a law prohibiting anyone under the age of 18 from using a tanning bed without parental consent.
Historically, the fields of science, technology, engineering, and math have been dominated by men. In fact, women only make up about 24% of the workforce in these fields.
But Ashley, there's a new program here at WVU that's working on getting more women into research labs. Branford Marks joins us in the studio with more. Branford?
Thanks, Haley and Ashley. WVU has developed a program that aims to bring more diversity to STEM programs. I recently spoke to WVU Provost Michelle Wheatley about the Advanced Initiative's plans to do just that. WVU has struggled to recruit and retain female faculty in STEM fields such as engineering and physics. Chemistry graduate student Tyler Davis says part of the problem is STEM fields are typically geared towards men.
Basically that preconceived notion that it is a male-dominated field and that they don't feel welcome.
While women make up nearly 50% of students at the undergraduate level involved in STEM fields, female participation sharply declines at the graduate level, and officials believe it may be due to a low amount of female faculty members. Seeking to increase the amount of women involved in STEM fields, WVU developed the Advanced program in order to focus on transforming its institutional culture to be more supportive of female faculty.
We've worked with the STEM units in their strategic planning to try and make them aware of changes in behavior in their governance and how they run their departmental meetings, how they welcome the input of all voices with a view to changing the environment.
Davis says programs like Advanced are necessary in order to create more diversity in STEM fields.
I feel like, yes, it is necessary to attract female employees because then you actually have a diverse faculty, and having a diverse faculty means that you can attract diversity with your students as well.
Under the Advanced program, tenured female faculty have increased in all areas of science and engineering. Associates who are accepted into the program will be paired with a successful sponsor in a targeted field. The sponsors will provide information on grant writing and patenting, among other things. Haley and Ashley, back to you.
Thanks, Branford. Another area where women are often underrepresented is politics.
That's right, Haley. Out of our 34 members in our state Senate, only one of them is a woman. I recently spoke with local politicians about this issue and how more women can get involved.
Women make up more than half of the U.S. population, but account for less than 20% of Congress and 25% of state government. We've never had a female president, and the reason may surprise you.
Women are underrepresented in government in the United States because they don't run as often as men. All research we have in political science suggests that when qualified women run, they win just as often as men do.
However, the percentage of women in local government has been on the rise. In Morgantown, there are 7 seats on City Council, 3 of which are held by women. City Council member Linda Herbst has seen women come a long way in government over the past 40 years.
There's more women trying to achieve higher goals. I mean, the glass ceiling is not broken totally, but there's a little bit more flexibility.
But still, there are several reasons why women choose not to run, including not thinking they're qualified or not wanting to put their family through a campaign. But Hickey has some advice to those who want to see more women in government.
If you're a woman concerned about the problem of women being underrepresented in the United States, I'd encourage you to run for office. And if you're a man worried about that problem, I'd encourage you to encourage qualified women to run for office.
The number of women in national government is slowly on the rise. There are currently 98 women in Congress, which is more than ever before.
During last year's election in November, New Hampshire became the first state in U.S. history to elect an all-female delegation to Washington.
And Ashley, I hope that we can see more states follow this trend.
Absolutely, Haley. And there are some women right here at WVU who are getting all the attention.
That's right. Coming up on sports, reporter Mike Ploger will tell us about some record-setting performances by WVU female athletes.
I'm Mike Ploger, and straight ahead, I'll tell you about some of WVU's best female athletes and what they're doing to make a name for themselves.
Our hearts beat in the face of challenge, for without it, there is nothing. No character, no grit, no goals. Without challenge, there can be nothing. No discovery, no knowledge, no cures. For us, the challenge is everything. Without it, there can be no mountaineers.
Women can sometimes be overlooked when it comes to varsity sports.
Especially in states like West Virginia, where football is a fan favorite. But Mike Ploger tells us about some other sports and talented athletes we may be missing out on. Mike?
That's right. 9 women's teams here on campus are finding ways to overshadow the guys each and every season. While football and basketball control much of the attention here at WVU, there are female athletes on campus that deserve more credit than they often receive. I caught up with a few of them to see how they made it to the top.
3 bands!
Recognize this student? How about her? These are 2 of the best athletes on campus, but yet they fly under the radar. With women's sports on the rise, Athletic Director Oliver Luck is excited for what's to come at WVU.
I think historically we've had some very good women's sports programs at the university, and as we move into the Big 12, quite honestly, I think that the level of competition in women's sports has gotten a lot better.
We stand and we're in the front. It's easy to see the success the women's teams are having. Francis Silva led the women's soccer team to a Big 12 regular season title in the fall and appreciates the acknowledgement.
It is cool when people say it, and when people come up to you and they're like, oh, you're the girl that was in the paper, or, oh, you're the one that scored whatever goal. And I mean, it's cool. Everyone likes to be a celebrity for a second.
Although there are more teams for women than men here on WVU's campus, just 11 women sit in the WVU Sports Hall of Fame, which consists of more than 140 athletes. Jordan Hamrick recently shattered a school record in track. Petra Zublasing, an Olympian who led the rifle team to their 15th national championship. And the gymnastics team was just 1 meet away from the national meet. These women are having just as much success, if not more, than any other team at WVU. It's not just what they're doing for themselves, but for others as well.
If any of us can inspire anyone, that's obviously a big goal for us.
Before Title IX, just 1 in every 27 women played a sport. But looking at it now, it's easy to see the times have changed.
As the first year in the Big 12 Conference comes to a close, look out for more women to step up and create noise in the fall. One thing is clear, there is no limit on what these athletes can achieve. Haley and Ashley, back to you.
Thanks, Mike. And recently, Mandy Nugent became the first female swimmer in WVU history to be named an All-American.
It's great to see all these female athletes step up in a big way.
Well, that wraps up our Women's Issues Special Edition show. Be sure to visit us online at our website.
You can also watch any of our shows on YouTube, and please follow us and our reporters on Twitter. I'm Ashley Stern.
And I'm Haley Clover. Thanks for watching WVU News. We'll see you next time.